Okay, so I'm going to start with physics because that happens to be my basic education too, but in a very different form I'm going to start. Okay, can you actually take part in some of the things, at least mentally, if not actually physically? Just pick up two objects from around you. It's not difficult, any two objects whatsoever. Okay, done?
Yeah.
It shouldn't take time, any two objects.
Yeah, so I'll take my spectacles.
Whatever. No, please, no comments. Let's go fast.
Right.
Okay. Now, you can see they have different materials.
Mm-hmm.
See, they have different properties. All materials have different properties. Wood and steel has different properties. Why do they have different properties? Basically, as far as basic science is concerned, they are made up of different elements. Now, we come to a little more tricky part. Okay, as an element, I can understand steel from plastic or whatever. But what is this? What is the meaning of element? Now we come a little deeper into science. Elements, every element is made up of molecules. Molecules are made up of atoms. I think this is basically high school science. Most of us are familiar with it.
Yeah.
And the one which is tricky is that atoms are not the end all. Later physics discovered atoms is the start of physics. Atoms have so many, such a multitude of subatomic particles which were obviously not visible. And so people didn't even have an idea that there'll be anything subatomic. Okay, so let's switch over. We talked about objects. Now let's switch over to the body. Have a look at your hand, everyone. Please actually do it. Look at your hand. You can see skin.
Yeah.
Okay, the skin, we know. Well, it's skin, it's flesh, right? And it's also, if you look at it a little deeper, it's made up of cells, different kind of body cells. And the magic, what are these cells made of? These are also made up of molecules, which are also made up of atoms, which are also made up of subatomic particles, neutrons, protons, electrons, and blah, blah. It's an endless list. Now it has become endless. Now look up at the stars. Do we realize that even the stars are made up of the same subatomic particles? And the beauty of it is within our body, within the surroundings, within the distant planets and galaxies, everything is particles and dancing, ever-changing, ever-moving particles. Particles which come together, join, separate, form new particles, and again form new particles. It's basically a dance of energy, whether it's within us, around us, or in the entire universe. Absolutely in the galaxy, faraway planets, the same dance is going on.
Right.
And now when you look at it, all these things, ourselves, people around us, objects around us, just go far, go to the sun, go to the planets. If we just have this vision, we are just talking about changing our vision. Do you realize what we would actually see if we had this kind of submicroscopic vision? We would just be seeing particles dancing. The beauty of this vision, just a change in vision, would be there would be no I, there would be no you, there would be no wood, there would be no steel, there would be no planet, there would be no space. It would all be just a dance of particles, no way to distinguish, no way to separate. These forms which we give are outlines, imaginary outlines, which we draw on the particles. If you remember a couple of sessions back, we can play it quickly if you're ready. Okay, imagine a paper. We don't have time, so imagine a piece of paper with lots of dots on it. Easy to imagine? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you can join the dots with a pencil with a pattern. Make any pattern you like. All right. Now, the next step is if you were to compare your pattern with that of another person, obviously the patterns will be different. Naturally.
Right.
But what is underlying the patterns? What is the meaning of these patterns? It's an arbitrary, random joining of the universal particles in a shape which we like to see. And we call it And if we go a little stupider, I would say, we can say, look, my shape is the correct one. Can't you see it's a circle? And the other one will say, oh, you're an idiot. What circle? It's absolutely not a circle. It's a square or a triangle or it's a face. What are you talking? You are right. Sorry, you are wrong. I'm right. And we get into tensions, arguments. The beauty of Vedanta, two very elegant words. When we fight about the imaginary outlines which we have drawn, believing them to be real, that is called, at least I believe, that is called Maya, a wrong understanding of the universe, a limited understanding out of our limited vision of the universe, called Maya. And
Right.
if you see the underlying patterns behind the patterns we have drawn, you can see the dance of particles. And the great beauty of science now is that say, hey, this is not enough. Science also explored the world of energy, and very confusing. What is this energy? What is that energy? What about the energy in our body? What is the energy that we see all around us? And it came to some weird conclusions. Uncertainty principle. A particle can be any, sorry, it started with light. That was always a question, but what is light? Okay, we can see something because of light, but what is light itself? And from there came a scientific principle, a beautiful one, talking about Maya only. It's called the uncertainty principle. अरे ऐसा देखेंगे तो light is particles. वैसा देखेंगे तो light is energy. So what is the reality? The reality is depending on how we look. And a very similar parallel, if we look at ourselves as just particles of matter, we live a life as particles of matter. In other words, we live a material life. It's fine, but not only a material life. When we also look at ourselves as the energy, the light of the universe, then our life is full of light. Now, it's a little, I'm carrying the parallel a little more than it was intended, but I see it as something beautiful. Look at yourself, uncertainty. Are you matter, are you particles, or are you energy? Your choice. And accordingly, it becomes Maya, it becomes, it becomes Leela. Can you see the entire dance of particle? It's Tera shape or Mera shape, it's all games. It's all fun. So that's this thing. And now, interestingly, right, at least not right now, means at least say 10, 15 years back, there have been a few advanced physicists. David Bohm, I know, is one of them, who says, hey, wait. This energy is pretty confusing. Everything is energy. Yeah, everyone. Now most scientists are agreeing everything is energy. But what is the meaning of everything is energy? He went, interestingly, to one level deeper than everything is energy. And he found that energy itself has something deeper. It's called consciousness. And it's a very amazing concept as far as the world of physics is concerned. How can energy be consciousness? Jimmy? How can energy be consciousness? Now, to the Western, the physics world, it made no sense. Energy is a totally, as it is, they would say we are all going mad. Particle hai, energy hai. Abhi bolte ho energy consciousness hai. Are you all mad or something? What are you talking? This is like nonsense. Yes, it is nonsense. Leela is very close to nonsense to the ordinary mind. So let's okay. So we up to here we reach where science is just about discovering that everything is infinite consciousness, which unfolds, becomes visible as energy, and then particles, and sometimes energy, sometimes particles, and sometimes energy becomes a particle and particle becomes another particle, and this particle dances and moves and here and there. You will realize that particles are also not fixed, which means a particle which is in my body, the molecules over here have some particles. These particles can dance right out of me, go into the atmosphere, the air, and become particles in your body or in some tigers or lions or crow's body. Absolutely crazy thought, and yet absolute truth. This is what our ancient Indian philosophy understood as oneness. Advaita. Advaita is a beautiful word. A lot of people, okay, I also use the word oneness, but Advaita has a unbelievable meaning. It says non-two. I used to wonder why it says non-two till it took me a little more of thinking about it. The moment I say oneness, I am indirectly assuming that there is something else. One means एक और कुछ भी तो है. That is why you cannot even define it as oneness. So the best way to define it is call it non-two-ness, non-dual, advaita, non-duality. Bas, leave it at that. Don't try to define it. Don't try to explain it any further. One of the best of Upanishads, Mandukya, says Advaita is not definable, explainable, understandable, thinkable, talkable, nothing, 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 nothing. For those of you who want to, it's Mandukya Upanishad, verse 7. Absolutely mind-boggling. We'll do it in a later session on Sundays. Okay, so now let's get back to a little practical. Funnily enough, the Bhagavad Gita starts off in a very similar journey in one sense. The individual's journey, just like the individual science journey started as a search. Ye kya hai? What are all these elements made up of? What is this? Why do these things look like this? Why do they behave like this? Similar journey is the human journey. And we started as a story. I hope you'll join in and I hope you'll forgive me because I'm not going to stick literally, Rashmi didn't give me time in any case, to the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm going to go only into the essence, purely into the essence of Bhagavad Gita, and I hope you'll forgive me if I make mistakes because this is my interpretation, my view, with total respect. If you really want to know the Bhagavad Gita, you have to not only read it, but read it in the original Sanskrit with full faith, with full feeling. That is Bhagavad Gita, not my comments on it. Anyway, I'm trying to share in an enjoyable way, in a form of a drama. Okay, so let's start. You are going to be Arjun, and we are, remember, we are Arjun very many times. Arjun comes with dukh to Lord Krishna. कृष्णा जी आई एम इन पेन, बहुत दुख हो रहा है, कुछ समझाओ, क्या करूं, हाउ कैन आई फाइट विथ माय ओन फैमिली, माय ओन गुरु, हाउ कैन आई किल देम, इजंट इट बेटर आई गेट किल्ड, व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ सिचुएशन आई एम इन, worst possible situation in my life, I kill my loved ones or my loved ones kill me, ये क्या है, I want to die, I want to surrender. Krishna's advice, very beautiful, very much to the point. First point, you are a warrior, not a coward. Get up, utho. That is not your role in life to sit and cry. For that matter, it is nobody's role in life to sit and cry. Now, the dukh as a starting point, it's so common in all of humanity. The parallel comes from the Buddha. Most of us know the Buddha also had these deep, troublesome questions about dukh. After having lived a royal life, he said, dukh kyun hota hai? What is this death and illness and problems and tensions? So Buddha also went through the same journey, which Arjun is approaching Krishna. So Krishna starts giving some beautiful answers in the form of not verbal answers, active answers. So I want to share the action with you. I want to ask you, utho, jago, problems hai, dukh hai sabko. Right? Everyone has problems, everyone has dukh. So, bet ke rona hai, that's the solution. Can you wake up? You, all of y'all who I'm talking with, all of us need to wake up, to arise. We are warriors within us, spiritual warriors. Krishna says, awaken the spiritual warrior within you. So, talks about courage, talks about andar ki himmat. Next step, he goes into a very simple, very elegant way of explaining wisdom, or what Buddha calls buddhi, larger consciousness. He tells Arjun, if I may be permitted, अरे गधे, कोई ऐसा इंसान देखा है जो कभी मरने वाला नहीं है? What the hell are you crying about being killed and killing? Everyone dies now. कौन सी नई बात क्या है? Everyone dies. What's so special about dying?
Right.
And in case you enjoy being ignorant, tell me one thing. Have you ever heard of the spirit dying? Can the spirit be killed? Every one of us knows the spirit is immortal. So what are we talking about? What are you crying about? Use your wisdom a little bit. Are you crying about what is always going to die? Are you crying about what is never going to die? What are you crying about? So the wisdom aspect comes in. Buddhi. And then the third, he knows that Arjun is highly disturbed. So he does a very beautiful little this thing of reassurance. Peace by Shanti. Do these things step by step. Don't try to jump and solve all your problems in one step. Take step by little step. And I am with you in all these little steps you take. But this is a very interesting thing for us to understand. Krishna at no stage tells Arjun, I will take your steps. It Arjun, you have to take your own steps. I cannot take your steps, but I will be at your side. And beautifully, this aspect is brought out in Buddhism as karuna. Being with the other person, being with the other person in the spiritual aspect, in the mental aspect, in the emotional aspect, even as far as possible in the physical aspect. I am by your side. I understand. I am compassionate towards you. And Buddha called it karuna. And a little switch over to the other aspect of Buddha, he, which is now the more intellectual aspect. The karuna was the heart aspect of Buddha. The intellectual aspect, he said, there are eight noble truths. The first one is dukh, which already Arjun talks about. The second one is the cause of dukh. And the cause of dukh is very beautiful. He says, dukh is essentially due to attachment. Now, what is attachment? Most of us won't understand attachment. We understand the simple, obvious form of attachment. Yeah, it's easy to understand. Okay, so I'm going to play a little game with you. Are you joining in, please? Okay. Can you see my mobile phone?
Can.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I start. It's my phone. Nobody dares to touch it. Nobody should envy it. It's going to be mine. It's going to be safe in my hands. That everyone understands this attachment. Now let me play the opposite game. Are you ready for the opposite game?
Yes.
This phone is not mine. I don't want to be attached to it. Phone, go away. Go away. Don't come to me. Don't be near me. I want the phone to go away. I don't even want to think about the phone. I'm not thinking about the phone. I don't like you, phone. I don't want to be attached. I don't want to be attached. I don't want to be attached. Can you see the comedy? It is actually a comedy. We are actually involving in the comedy of life by saying don't want to be attached. In fact, I play a little game if some of you are familiar with how the mind does not work on negative thinking. Don't want to be chalta nahi hai. The little game which we'll play right now, 5 seconds, just 5 seconds. Directly or indirectly, don't think of an elephant. Start. No thinking of elephant. No elephant must come into your mind. Okay? What happens? All of you understood it, I'm sure?
It's only elephant.
Only elephant. I don't want to think of elephant. I'm not thinking of elephant. Only elephant. Guess goes on and on. No elephant. No elephant. Are nahi chahiye elephant. I don't want elephant, but you're thinking elephant. So this stupid way of detachment, it doesn't work. Psychologically, mentally, we are not attuned to this way of detachment. So what works? Now, come to the Buddha. He says, attach yourself. First, the third noble truth he talks about, that is a little interpretable in different ways. One of the ways of interpreting it is called nirvana, which means utter absolute silence. Silence yourself, silence your mind. One of the interpretations of nirvana is without the twistings and turnings and disturbances. Don't think of elephant, don't think of elephant, that goes on in our mind. So that kind of silence. And the way to that silence is to go to the everything. It's not that I want to be silent, I want to be silent. Rather, he goes to the opposite view, go into everything. He calls it, in Pali, the word samayag. In Sanskrit is the word sam. Now, sama, I found from the Sanskrit dictionary, has two meanings. One in English, and it fits in beautifully. The two meanings of sam are, one is same, S-A-M-E, same, and the other is S-U-M, sum, the sum total and the sameness. And that is what the Buddha talks about. Focus, go, and where do you go a sama, a samayag? It starts with samayag drishti, sama drishti. Everything in the outside world, see with the eyes of oneness, with the eyes of sameness, with the eyes of totality. Everything in the inner world, the world of thought, the world of feelings, emotions, get that feeling of oneness. Some sankalp, inner world. Then he goes to the outer world. In the outer world, sama vak, sama karma, some action, some focus, some and everything in the outside world also do it as some. And then finally he says, keep this in mind. Now he goes deep into the universalness of the application. Some smriti, keep all this in mind. Remember all this, be in the state of silence. And then he describes it as sama samadhi. It's such a beautiful thought process. Unfortunately, we don't have time, but I've summed up the main teachings of the Buddha. I'm sorry it had to be short, and we can go more some other time if you feel like. But I'm more keen on going back to the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so yes. So Arjun temporarily feels okay, yeah, what you're saying makes sense. But there's a major but. It doesn't work. 5 मिनट आपके साथ हूँ कृष्ण भगवान तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है, घर जाऊंगा तो I'll forget every damn thing. I'll be back in the same state. So what do I do? So then he says, be permanently joined. The word for permanently joined is yog. Be in a state of yog. In fact, the English word yoke comes from yog. Be joined. And joined, oneness. Joined, why? Because you have imaginarily separated yourself from the state of oneness. You always were one, you separated yourself. Now you take your permission, your own self, join yourself, you yoga. So he beautifully simple, elegant language. What is yoga? Joining. But how do I join? So first he says, karma yoga. You have to do action, you have to live, everyone does action. But karma yoga, he says, defines it as, where does the action come from? If it arises from a state of oneness, from a state of being in oneness, then it is called karma yoga. If it is just action, you can call it karma, but it's not karma yoga. It's not joining you to anything. Karma everyone does. Karma yoga is that special action which comes out of that state of oneness. So that, and when you're in that state of oneness, the question of fruits, what will I get out of it? That comes when you've forgotten your state of oneness. If you're in a state of oneness, why on earth would you need any fruits? Why would you even think about fruits? It happens, jo hona hai, hota hi hai na. I'm in a state of oneness. Why should I even give a damn about kya isse fayda hone wala hai, kya nuksan milne wala hai? You don't, automatically the fruits, the issue of fruits just drops off.
Right.
So that's karma yoga. Then sorry. Okay, then let's go to Jnana Yoga. I think Jnana Yoga is something like what we are sharing right now. The sorry, one second. Yeah, the Jnana, everyone understand Jnana? It's just simple, the wisdom of oneness. Knowing that all is one, understanding that all is one. Of course, there's much more to it, but I'm trying to compress it. Wisdom of oneness.
Right.
That is a very condensed form of Jnana Yoga. Then Dhyana Yoga, again in a very simplified form, a constant awareness of oneness. Now, the meditations that is commonly understood is a particular state of dhyana yoga where you sit down peacefully, you focus, you're in silence, maybe your eyes are closed, and you're doing meditation, you're doing dhyana. But that is, at least I believe, that's one aspect of dhyana. Ultimately, dhyana should be everything in the universe, wherever you may be, you are still in a state of oneness. Life comes, life goes. It's ups, it's downs, people problems, people answers, people troubles, own troubles, inner mind, questions, all kinds of inner issues, all kinds of outer issues, and yet you are in a state of focused oneness, eyes open, moving around in the world. That, according to me, is truest, highest level of dhyan. Then bhakti. Now, this is basically the heart. All these things without bhakti would be just intellectualism. So let's do a little bhakti right now. That feeling of thank you, that feeling, oh my God, it's such a wonderful universe, it's such a wonderful world. Oneness is something of so much beauty, so much love, so much wonder. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I bow my head to the universe and I say thank you again and again, every step of my life. I feel the oneness. I feel it in my heart. I feel it around me. I feel it in people. I feel it wherever I am. I feel the oneness. And that is bhakti, the feeling of oneness. Okay.
Right.
All right. Just let me see. Oh, yes. Um, okay, now I go a little backward. All right. We go back to Krishna telling Arjun the basis of living in very practical terms. Oneness is a little vague. So he says practice yoga. But again, in yoga, it's living, doing, acting, thinking, thank youing of oneness. So, sort of, let's put it a little more practical, based on Krishna's advice only. If you recall, he first talked to Arjun, courage, himmat, atma shakti, atma vishwas, get up, you're a warrior, have faith in yourself. Then he opened his consciousness to a larger universal consciousness. Life, death, what are you talking about? The spirit is immortal. So it was a larger consciousness. Then he brought about a state of peace, a state of quietness, a state of shanti. So we are right now going to share a meditation which is basically on the Sanskrit term Sat Chit Anand. Sat, it's a little difficult word. It means isness, oneness, the oneness that is. And when you are aware in that state of oneness that is, it translates as Atma Vishwas, Atma Shakti. So let's first actually do it in your heart, silently. Feel your Atma Shakti, your inner power, your spiritual power. In your mind, shout out to yourself with your own name. Yes, I am one with Atma Shakti. I am one with universal oneness. That is Atma Shakti. So can you do it silently and loudly in your mind, in your heart? Feel your Atma Shakti. Now go to a larger consciousness, Chit, universal consciousness, not that small understanding, small vision which we commonly live by. Universal consciousness, universal wisdom. That's Chit. And when there is Sat and when there is Chit, what happens? We have Swamiji who's here with us. It becomes Sat Chit Anand. What else can you expect if not from the Chit of oneness? What else can it be except Anand? So that's Sat Chit Anand. So can we do a little meditation? I won't talk on the Sat, on the Chit, and on the Anand, universal oneness of which we are also a part. of which we'll start with I am a part. I am one with the oneness. I am one with Sat Chit Anand. So can we do that, please?
I am one with Sat
No, no, silently, silently. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the next step. I'm breaking my own order, but never mind. Because I have noticed that even this Satchit Anand can be a dangerous thing. So I'm going to a little different, which is coming from the Upanishads. Okay. The first words of my most favorite Upanishad, the Isha Upanishad, says, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam, which means everything is oneness, everything is isness. Isha, Ishwar, isness, all is isness. Yat kinchit jagatyam jagat, every tiniest bit of this ever-changing dancing, remember the dance of energy? Every bit of this ever-changing dancing universe is isness only, is Ishwar only. And of course, it continues a little more. I can say it fast, maybe not explain it. Isha vasyam idam sarvam, yat kinchit jagatyam jagat, tena tyaktena bunjita. See in this universe, sacredness everywhere. See the oneness in this dancing universe. Tena tyaktena bunjita. When you see the oneness, you will be in a state of bliss, enjoyment, happiness. But there's a little warning. Ma gridda. Happiness doesn't mean you start saying this is all mine, it's all mine. So from there, we switch back to the, okay, this is two of these. Okay, and we're going to switch over to three Mahavakyas, which are distributed in the Upanishads, but I'm going to bring them here right now. Two of them are in the Mandukya Upanishad, the verse 2 itself. All right, so can we get back to the first one, which we actually did. Satchit Ananda is what I am. In the words in Sanskrit, it was two ways of putting it. There are two very similar, very parallel Mahavakyas. One says, Aham Brahmasmi. My Atma is the Brahma. The other one says, I am Atma Brahma. Both are almost the same. I am Atma Brahma. And to make sure it doesn't become ego, it doesn't become I am Atma Brahma, tu nahi. So the attached Mahavakya is Tad Tvamasi. Just as I am Atma Brahma, thou are also Brahma, thy Atma is also Brahma. You are also oneness. There's no you. The I and you is a joke. So to complete the joke, Sarvahi Etad Brahma. This is also in the Mandukya Upanishad. I am Atma Brahma and Sarvahi Etad Brahma. All is Brahma. The definition, the meaning of Brahma, whether it's in the Upanishad or whether it's in the Gita or wherever it is, the idea of Brahma is the oneness, the isness, the totality. So that is a simple form of Brahma, of understanding Brahma. And this is a very powerful practice. Again and again, again and again. The three Mahavakyas. I think if anything I would like to share, it is just these three Mahavakyas to be practiced. I am Atma Brahma. Tattvamasi Sarvahi Etad Brahma. And it answers everything. It brings absolute total peace. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing left to talk. Sarvahi Etad Brahma. And in a little parallel language, Buddha talked about it as when you understand the Purnam, automatically you are in the world of Shunyata. So Buddha describes this as Purnam and Shunyata, Shunyata and Purnam. And again, in a parallel, today science is discovering through astronomy of all the things that from out of nothing, probably, they're not sure still, from out of nothing, the entire universe came out. They are still looking at each other's faces. How the heck can that happen? From out of nothing, how can an entire universe with trillions and trillions and trillions of planets and distances and God knows what. When it come out of nothing, and they have had little glimpses, at least, of stars, planets, suns, even galaxies disappearing into black holes, which is a scientific term for nothing. So science is just about coming to this insane thought process. What? From out of nothing, everything has come. And everything is going back into nothing. Science is still in that bewildered state. But beautifully enough, science is today providing some kind of logical proof, even for us Indians who have had this traditional wisdom for 3,000 years, and yet our westernized culture, our westernized wisdom, knowledge, call it whatever, is asking us for proof. So again, from the West comes the proof of the Indian Advaita, which we knew instinctively, inherently for thousands and thousands of years. Okay, you want proof? Now the West is providing it. But that's good enough. I see it's happy. What's wrong with it? At least it's providing proof of the oneness. Okay, can I take a half a minute break while I recap my thoughts?
Yeah.
Or actually, I would like to some break in the sense some
Feedback.
yeah, some questions, chat,
Yeah.
arguments, controversies.
Yeah. So I guess you guys can just put in your questions or even ask me.
If he knows, huh?
If anything is emerging for any one of you. That also gives him an opportunity to take a break. He's
Yeah,
been
I know.
yeah continuously. No? Okay. So
Swa-
I have
sorry, Swamiji, you are the one I'm really looking for. Question me, to disagree with me, to give me a firing. Everything is welcome.
there is a question from Sampada. She's asking how do we define Devta and Rakshasa as one?
Okay.
So Devta is like the good.
Okay. I'll give a simple answer. All
Yeah.
right. What physics went into. Is this a particle or is this energy? It depends on the way you look at it. You remember that dots game? If I join the dots to make a Rakshas, it's called a Rakshas. If I join the dots to make a Devta, it's a Devta. It is my perception, which changes my life, my perception, the way I look at things. Ultimately, all is oneness. The Devtas and the Rakshasas are all blended into oneness. I won't go into more detail because I want to go into something else.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else, please?
Any more questions?
No, yeah, I agree with you, but I want to take a break now. This is a good excuse for taking a break. Yeah, so shall I continue then?
Yeah, there are no more questions, so maybe you can tell.
Okay, just 1 minute. Let me look at the chat. All right, okay. I hope I've answered whatever I could. All right, now, okay, let's get, are you ready for some games, for some play, some nonsense? Enough of serious talk, would you agree? So I'm going to play some games with you. Are you ready, everyone? A lot of times um, we get confused with life. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling negative? Why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling that? Don't every one of us feel this? Pain, problems, tensions, anger, this, that, blah, blah, blah. होता है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
Everyone, we all,
Yes.
of course, we know it, we feel it. So, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine. Okay? You'll have to say hello to him. He says, I am the perfect one. I know everything. I never have any problems. I am the smartest, the richest, the greatest of all. You want to meet him?
No,
I hope not.
no.
Okay. So, do you want to meet the opposite guy? Shall I show you his opposite guy? Okay. This the Uh, um, uh, uh, hello, everyone. I'm so scared of facing all of you. You all are all looking at me, and I'm a very humble person, and I don't know anything, and I'm so useless. Okay, have you got the point?
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, as human beings, we often go into either extreme. The anger, arrogant. You saw that? We do go into that.
Yeah.
And then the human question comes. Okay, so if I go into this extreme or that extreme, is either one correct, by the way?
No.
Okay, now extremes within. All right. Now let's go into extremes outside. Don't worry. Hello everyone. Good morning. I'm such a lovely, loving person, and I'm so normal. Don't I look so normal like everyone does? Hey, you idiot! You are not at all normal. I am normal. You, you are an ugly-looking creature. But I think you are a frightening looking creature. I am not a frightening creature. No, you are an ugly creature. No, you are. You are. You are. The way we look at others. Can you see the comedy of it? I've purposely made it into a comedy.
Yeah.
This is how we often look at other people. And I've made, Yasmin rather has made these puppets as aliens. We look upon other human beings at times as aliens. ये तो हमारे लोग नहीं है, हमारे जात वाले नहीं है, हमारे देशवासी नहीं है, हमारे धर्म वाले नहीं है, ये तो दूसरे लोग हैं, दूसरे लोग हैं, वो लोग हैं, aliens हैं, aliens है. Do we think about it? Where is the oneness gone? Just because people are different, of course they're different externally, no question about it. And yet, the Advaita says, whether this or this or this monster in between, can you see him? All is oneness. And the ones I'm looking at also, all is oneness. That's what the Buddha called Samadrishti. All is oneness. Okay. Yes. Now, sorry, I'm taking a little time because I have to get these things ready also. And I'm doing this for the first time.
Yeah.
Not,
We have time.
I've not used puppets in this context. Okay. I use them for playing around with children. So those paper ones. Come on. Let's get back to my old friend, Mr. Arrogance, Mr. Angry. Okay? What happens to him in life if he is all the time looking like this, acting like this, behaving with others like this? Can you understand what will happen to him in his life? I think all of us knows. पहले तो हार्ट अटैक भी होने वाला है. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And दूसरों का अटैक भी आने वाला है. He's going to suffer.
Pressure.
And out of that suffering, he has a choice, a very, very important choice, which every one of us has. two choices. The lower level choice. You think I am an angry person, I'm arrogant, बिल्कुल नहीं हूँ. I'm aggressive, I'm not at all aggressive. I'm angry, I'm not at all angry. You are angry, you are arrogant. तुम वैसे हो, I am not, तुम हो. That's choice number one. And all of us carry this choice. And by the way, sorry, I'm a little diverting, but a very interesting thought came to me on Teachers' Day, which I've been chatting with a number of people. We have this idea of Guru and Shishya. I want to share something strange. That do we realize that if the Brahma is within us, we are part of the Brahma, we are part of the oneness. The Guru, damn it, is here also. यहाँ भी तो Guru है कि नहीं? यहाँ है Guru है कि नहीं? The Guru is here and the Shishya is also here. But you know what's the big difference? The Guru is the divine, which is within everyone. Guru is always the oneness. Shishya. Now, Shishya are the difficult ones. एक पागल शिष्य ऐसा होता है, नहीं सीखने वाला हो गुरु, कुछ नहीं तेरा सुनने वाला हो, तू कौन होता है मेरा गुरु? I know everything. Of course, the other extreme also. गुरु मैं मानता तो हूँ, मगर आप गुरुजी, आप मेरे सब प्रॉब्लम मिटा देंगे ना? मेरे देखिए ना, मेरे पैसे का प्रॉब्लम है, मुझे पैसा दिला देंगे ना? मुझे फैमिली का प्रॉब्लम है, मेरे फैमिली को अच्छा बना दोगे ना? मेरे नेबर्स का प्रॉब्लम है, मेरे नेबर्स को सिखा दोगे ना? तो मैं सुखी हो जाऊंगा. प्लीज गुरुजी. अरे ये शिष्य भी भूल गया ना कि अंदर ही गुरु है. Both these Shishyas in this format not only forget, but do it more and more. Of course, one comes forward, one withdraws backward. Can you see my action? From everyday life. But both are off balance. Now they have a choice. The Shishyas within us have a choice of listening to the Gurus within us. Any idea what the choice is? All right, come on, let me share the choice with you all. Choice begins as can you see the print also behind it, below it?
Yeah, but why?
But why? ये ऐसा हूँ, इसका कारण क्या है? He starts little bit thinking, why is this world also becoming so aggressive with me? Why am I having health problems, ye problem, wo problem? Why doesn't anyone love me? So that is the first Shishya step which comes from within. The Shishya from within has started wondering, and that, in the words of Emerson, I'm switching, okay, is in the essay Compensation. When you go into a negative state, your own self gives you a thappad, fadat karke. You learn from that. Or you say, kyun mujhe thappad mila? I never did anything wrong. Life can beat you if you deserve the beating. So Emerson says, anything which you call negative is actually a learning lesson. That is true for every one of us. Believe me, I've gone through plenty of thappads in my life. At that time, you say, nahi, I don't deserve this thappad. What nonsense. Those ugly people who are giving me this thappad, they are wrong. Why should I get a thappad? Why should I get a slap? Why should I get punished? Emerson says, you deserve it. It is not a thappad. It is not even a problem. It is a challenge, a waking up call. सोचने लगो, तुम ये हो, या इसमें से थप्पड़ खाने के बाद, प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करने के बाद सोचने लगोगे. You will start thinking, but why is this happening? Why is this happening? There is a similar creature here also. He has also started on the same journey. But what's happened? No, it's switched off.
No, no, it's okay. You're visible.
No, okay. Okay, so I'll show you only one character. It's a little difficult to handle both. So from either extreme, there is the but and the why factor which has come out. All right. If you still listen and try to really find answers to the but and the why, instead of नहीं नहीं मुझे सोचना नहीं है, from this also you can go back to this step, or from this you can listen to the inner guru and get into the stage of sorry, my end has come wrong. Inward search, asking my inner guru, Guruji, Atma Shakti, Atma Buddhi, Atma Shanti. I want to know this. I want to be in this state. I'm searching for it. I'm searching for it. I'm going inward, looking in and searching. Right? This is the third stage. Now, from this stage also we can go back to this. And even go back to this. And if you still continue to listen to the guru inside, you come to a very crazy state. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yay! Anand, joy. I have discovered the universe within me. I have discovered Aham Brahmasmi. I have discovered I am Atma Brahma. I have discovered Tattvamasi. You are also Brahma. I have discovered Sarvahi Etad Brahma. And now it is only joy. It is only celebration. So this is one of life's journeys, from pain, fears, angers. Okay, I'll do a quick recap from life's questions, fears, angers, troubles, tensions. Choice, stay here, yeah, search. It's prompting you. सोचो तो सही, जाओ ना, देखो ना, think a little why ना, क्यों हो रहा है? And from the why, if you listen to that why, the guru within, then you will go inwards. Ah, Guruji, teach me something more. Inward guru, please. Of course, also outward gurus also help. But inward guru, if you don't listen, no outward guru we can help you. You have to listen to the inward guru too. So you have to go inward and search. Why is it happening? And if you genuinely search, you come to this state. Anand. Now, again back to everyday life. Fine, this is all right. But do we realize this state also is not permanent? This state also gets lost. And there is a very interesting word in Sanskrit. There's one word, just one single word in Sanskrit, which is also in Indian languages. It is called bhul. Does everyone realize that bhul has two meanings? Most of us know, at least who know Indian languages, bhul has two meanings. The commoner one is bhul gaya re. The little less common one is अरे मेरे से भूल हो गई, because we don't even want to accept कि भूल हो गई. But the simplest, most beautiful, most elegant part of it is, if you understand जो भी भूल होती है, the worst possible भूल is the worst negative examples. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm a little jumping. Back to Krishna. Krishna at one stage in one of the earlier chapters, he says, you may be the most evil of people, the greatest papi, but if you come to me with an open mind and actually a search for the truth, for enlightenment, you will find enlightenment. Similar to our second guy. If you want to search for enlightenment, if you look at it inward, you will of course find it, and you will find Anand. So And a very similar parallel is Buddha and Angulimal story. Angulimal, most of us know, was a dacoit, a killer of people. Buddha was Buddha. Atma Shakti, Atma Buddhi, Atma Shanti, Satchit Anand. He was Satchit Ananda in as much of a manifest form as anyone has ever been. He was the infinite manifest in finite form, closest to manifest, just as Krishna is. Closest in manifest form to the infinite. And so, Buddha doesn't get scared. Buddha knows the Mahavakyas. He knows I am Atma Brahma. He tells the dacoit. Of course, he doesn't use these words. He tells the dacoit, मैं जानता हूँ मैं कहाँ जा रहा हूँ. तुम जानते हो तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो? तुम भूल गए हो. And the dacoit says, oh my God, this guy is not frightened of me, all my swords and daggers and killing everyone on my skulls, on my belt, and I am a killer. And this guy is coolly asking me, तुम कहाँ जा रहे हो? Can you imagine what was inside Buddha's mind? I am Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi. He was telling the dacoit Tattvamasi in his mind. You too are Brahma. See the beauty of it? And the dacoit said, oh my God, I am Brahma. Somewhere in his conscious, yes, I am. And I'm doing all these mistakes. And so he, of course, the dacoit was exactly like this. Would you agree? And Buddha made him, Krishna made the warrior Arjun, who was temporarily in this state. Buddha made the Angulimal, who was temporarily in this state, remember and get back to their inner self. Reminded them of the Mahavakyas, brought them back to their inner self. That's all Krishna and Buddha, and we all can learn. हम अंदर जाके अपने आप के अंदर जा सकते हैं. Now, okay, do you want me to stop here or do you want me to continue?
Yeah, we can all ask people here.
Yeah, people, what are people saying?
Do you have any questions? Do you have any interest in any particular topic?
My usual wandering around.
Sorry?
My usual wandering. I'm not going to have a particular topic.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to play more games.
Right.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's play a game or two. Yeah. Let's
on. Okay, I'm going to play. Okay, is everyone anyone? Okay, anyway, I can do one thing. Anyone feels like leaving you as another or whatever? Absolutely fine. Bye everyone. I've enjoyed being with you all and wish you all the best. And as a parting this thing, for whoever wishes to go, I am Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi Sarvahi Etat Brahma. I am Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi Sarvahi Etat Brahma. That is my parting wish.
Yeah, Aspi Parul wants to know a bit about Zen or Tao.
Parul, you'll have to come for later sessions.
Yeah, I guess. So you can have, different sessions, Sunday sessions maybe, Parul. I have shared Aspi's email ID and phone number.
We have Sunday sessions. Unfortunately, it's now the 7th session. We have already finished 6th. But maybe we have a recap session similar to this.
Right.
Okay. But let's see. Okay. So, right, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, now let me get back to the game. Okay, this is a very crazy game, it's a mathematics game. Even for those who don't like mathematics, I'm going to make you laugh. Ready for some maths games? It's in the form of, what is it called? Purnamada? What is it? Okay, and in the Isha Upanishad, there is an invocation. Invocation means you're expected to remember it, think about it, invoke it. Invocation. Go inward and feel it again and again and again. It says, okay, can I start? I'll do it in Sanskrit first because there is in Sanskrit. It says, Purnam Adaha. completeness, totality, infiniteness outside. Purnam idam, infinite outside, infiniteness within. Okay? Purnat, from the Purna. Purnat, Purnam udachyate, comes out. Purnat, Purnam adai, from the Purnam comes awake, comes out, comes awake. Up to now, at least it's somewhat sensible. So I'll go to it quickly. Purnam adaha, that people can understand. Everything around is Purnam, is infinite. Purnam idam, everything here is also infinite. I am part of the infinite, infinite is part of me, something like that. Okay, that's chalta hai, reasonable. Now the next step, Purnam udachyate, comes out. Purnam adai is born, and the crazy part. After all this, from the Purnam, from the infinite comes out the infinite, is created the infinite, is born the infinite, and yet Purnam eva avashishyate. After infinite comes out from the infinite, what is left is still infinite only. Now, common sense, logic, as well as mathematics, it is absolute pure rubbish and nonsense. It is like saying, if we talk about it in the infinite language, it is saying 7 minus 7 is equal to 7. You will call me mad or you will send me back to first standard teacher. Correct? If I were to tell my first standard teacher 7 minus 7 is equal to 7, she'll give me a beating with a ruler. Ja, math sikh kya? 7 minus 7 is 0. But the Upanishads invocation says infinity minus infinity is equal to infinity. Infinity is that which cannot change. Infinity में से infinity निकलती है फिर भी infinite ही रहता है. That is the madness which we can. I think madness is the closest way. It's nonsense. It's the only way to actually understand the universe. You cannot understand it in logical terms. So this is one of the mad invocations. And a very similar this thing was from the Buddha's teaching. Or okay, let's put it in a very simple way. We wonder about our lives. We try to have theories about reincarnation, कहाँ से जन्म हुआ, कहाँ जाएंगे, इसके बाद क्या होगा. All of us have these questions. A simple way, a little mad way of answering. Imagine the ocean. Can you in your mind look at the ocean? Ocean has waves. वो wave कहाँ से आते हैं? Ocean में से ही आते हैं. Is a wave separate from the ocean? पानी निकालोगे तो will it be called a wave? It's no longer even a wave. So a wave is the ocean. It's not even a part of the ocean. It is the ocean. And where does a wave go? It is the ocean only. Ocean looking like a wave, which is still the ocean. Shunyata se Purnam, Purnam again as Shunyata. There is no difference. The Purnam is the Shunya is the Purnam. That is Buddhism, that is Buddha. Ocean to wave to ocean is a very simple, common sense way of understanding the nonsense that our lives are. And that is why this whole, actually I've shared a lot of nonsense things with you all. What were the other nonsense? Let me recap. Okay, I hope you can remember. I can't find it. It's so much nonsense I've written. Yeah, I found my nonsense paper. I suppose one nonsense is that everything is the same. How can it be the same? Yeah, it is the same. The other nonsense was, the way I look at the world, everything is different. If I look at those dots and join them in one pattern, then, and insist that is only the right pattern, that's Maya. If I laugh and say, अरे यार ओके तेरी पैटर्न और मेरी पैटर्न, ये मैं हूँ और ये तुम हो और ये हाथी है, which I don't want to think of, and it is the planet Mars or Jupiter or the solar system, वो भी तो particles ही है ना, वो भी तो dots ही है ना, वो भी तो infinite energy ही है ना. And that is that beautiful game called Leela. Leela means the dance, the play, the game of the universe. And in a similar language, seeing the ocean as the wave and the ocean, seeing the unmanifest, which Indian philosophy always realized, seeing the unmanifest becoming manifest as what we call finite forms, and back to unmanifest, because it was always the unmanifest. It was always the universal unmanifest. We believed it became manifest. We believe it became separate forms because of our Maya. If you understand and laugh and enjoy the Leela, it is always the unmanifest, the infinite. It takes on shapes of finite, which we have joined dots, and it's still the infinite. So that is the ultimate game, Leela, the play of the infinite. Okay, and okay, I think it's long due. So, okay, I'd like to stop for now. I think I've talked more than enough. And yeah, I would like anyone to ask, talk, question, interrogate, argue, become angry with me. I very much appreciate it. I mean it. Because then I feel people have taken part. हाँ बोलेगे ना, so you become yes men or yes women. So please don't become yes men and yes women.
मैं आपको प्रणाम करना चाहती हूँ अस्ति.
Sorry, who's speaking?
संपदा.
एक मिनट, I'll switch over to gallery view. हाँ, yeah, हाँ, okay, yeah, संपदा.
मैं आपको प्रणाम करना चाहती हूँ. मुझे एक बात कहनी है. एक
मिनट, मुझे इंटरप्ट करना है. अपने आप को प्रणाम किया क्या? अपने आप को प्रणाम किया क्या? कहाँ गुरु बैठा है? जब तक वो गुरु को नहीं पहचानोगे तो कोई भी गुरु नहीं पहचानोगे, कुछ भी नहीं पहचानोगे. अपने आप के गुरु को पहचानिए. हंसना है तो हंसिए, मानना नहीं है तो नहीं मानिए. आपको करना है. बट आई एम गोइंग टू से कि हम सबके अंदर गुरु है. फुल स्टॉप. यू कैन आर्ग्यू एज मच एज यू लाइक. ओके, चलो आगे.
Ashpi, this is Parul. I have a question.
हाँ, बोलो.
Parul, 1 second. Sampada,
Sure.
then you can ask.
Yeah, sure, yes.
Sampada, you're saying something?
जी, बस एक बात कहना चाहती हूँ. मैंने पूरी लाइफ बहुत ज्यादा लॉजिक को चेस किया था. हर समय हर चीज में मैं बहुत ज्यादा मैथ्स और लॉजिक के बेसिस पर ही चीजों को समझती थी. मैं पिछले 3-4 साल से भागवत गीता में माथा लगा रही हूँ. And every time my logic comes and stands in my way of trying to understand all about there is to understand, and I keep struggling and I keep fighting, and I know logic is not the way, but I still can't get rid of it. Today, the way you have spoken, the way you have explained, the way you have gone from this end to that end, and you kept saying nonsense and madness. आज पहली बार थोड़ा सा कुछ घुसना शुरू हुआ है. आज पहली बार कुछ रास्ते खुल रहे हैं. मुझे नहीं पता आगे भी क्या होगा, लेकिन आज पहली बार कुछ खुला है. And I thank you for that.
One point, logic is also useful. Today, the physics parallel is all about logic, and the conclusion of physics is totally illogical. Logic.
सोच के तो यही आई थी आपके सेशन में कि फिजिक्स के थ्रू समझने की कोशिश करूंगी. That was the mind which I entered in this session with.
This tomorrow's session is going to be about the logic of physics and the nonsense madness of physics.
फिर से logic.
But logic शुरू होके पागल बनते हैं. Okay, so we'll start with logic and go into nonsense. So join in.
Okay. Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay. Who else wanted to talk?
Parul.
Can you put a hand up or something?
Parul, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, Parul.
Yes, Ashpi, Parul. So I just the two that with the kind of arrogant and someone who is angry and
sorry.
all that, and the other one is
Parul. One second. Can you put on earphones? Your sound is very bad. Talk through earphones.
I have put. Yes. Yes, I have. I have.
And rest of us can be mute, please, including myself. Then the sound becomes much better, I have observed.
Is it better? Can you hear me? Okay. So what my question is that you showed those two pictures or those puppets, which are very two different ends or extreme. So as per what Buddha said, it is either is not. Is it what you need to be like मध्यम मार्ग, बुद्ध का मध्यम मार्ग. तो ये दोनों पिक्चर के बीच का पिक्चर क्या है? And what is the way that, I mean, we don't want either of it, पर मध्यम मार्ग क्या है?
आस्पी आप
So you are
unmute.
no. You are mute.
मध्यम एक स्थिति है जो दोनों एक्सट्रीम वाले पहुंच सकते हैं अगर चाहते हैं तो. कैसे पहुंच सकते हैं? अपने अंदर जाके. शुरुआत, वापस यही बात कह रहा हूं, शुरुआत मुझे एक्सट्रीम पे नहीं रहना, ये बहुत दुख है, बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स है, कुछ तो अच्छा होगा इससे. इट्स नॉट नाइस. या ऑफ कोर्स चॉइसेस इससे भी ज्यादा होगा. व्हेन यू टेक द चॉइस, अंदर कुछ चल रहा है, सवाल चल रहे हैं, मेरा शिष्य मुझे लात मार रहा है, कुछ तो समझाओ, ये क्यों इतना दुखी हूं मैं. सो व्हेन यू स्टार्ट लिसनिंग टू द शिष्य विद इन, the questions, troubles which come from outside everywhere, but you start thinking, start listening, going inward, and then you go deep inward. Can you see this picture? And this picture is same for both extremes. ये एक्सट्रीम से शुरू होके भी थोड़ा अंदर जाना शुरू करता है, अंदर जाके भी और
Aspi, can you hold the picture little bit upward because we can't see it?
one
Yes.
second.
Yes, now I can see it. Yes.
There's escape. Okay, so all right, anyway, you can see both. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Everyone can see both.
Yes.
And now do you see that both are same?
Right.
From this extreme also and this extreme also. From both extremes, we reach the inner balance. So where is the balance? Inside. Which extreme does not matter. We finally have to go inward. And finally, रास्ता दोनों को यही रास्ता मिल रहा है. अंदर जाओ, अंदर जाके देखो, कब रास्ते मिलते हैं. So is that answering your question, Parul?
Yes. But it came with another question. Sorry. Another question is what do you mean by andar jana? Andar jana, ya meditation, ya prayer, like how do you go there? How do you find guru and shishya within you? Aspi, you are mute. You are mute.
Yeah, okay. Okay, मैं इसका शब्दों में जवाब नहीं देने वाला. अंदर जाना है, प्लीज नॉड योर हेड, प्लीज पुट थम्स अप. जाना है या नहीं जाना है? और कब? कल, परसों या इसी वक्त? राइट नाउ? ओके, सो लेट्स गो राइट नाउ. ओके. आत्मा शक्ति, फील इट. अंदर आत्मा शक्ति, आत्मा शक्ति, सोल पावर, आत्म बुद्धि, आत्म शांति, सत चित आनंद. आई एम आत्म ब्रह्म, अहम ब्रह्म अस्मि. पूरे अंदर गए और अभी बाहर भी जाएंगे. अहम ब्रह्म अस्मि, अरे भाई तत्त्वम असि, आप भी तो ब्रह्म हो. Then it becomes complete, and then the next one is सर्वहि एतद् ब्रह्म. Not just I am and तुम, क्योंकि तुम मेरे दोस्त हो और तुम मेरी सेशन अटेंड कर रहे हो. सर्वहि एतद् ब्रह्म, सर्व सर्व सर्व. काम हो गया. You have gone inward, you have gone outward, you have gone into the infinite within, you have gone into the infinite outside. And of course, the practical question is, भूल जाते हैं, correct? और what is the solution? अगर भूल गए तो क्या करना है? One simple word for भूल, याद. How difficult it is? याद करो. And what is, क्या याद करें? कि what in another term we call it योग. याद करो कि हम जुड़े हुए हैं. याद करो कि we are joined, we are one. ये याद करो. That's it. As simple as that. But it needs repetition. योगा 1 minute 1 second में होता है. The beauty of it is it's almost as fast as this. Thut, thut, thut. फिराओ, 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 and yay, you find your anand right now. But वापस इसमें आ जाते हैं तो क्या हुआ? This is a happy thing. Thank you God. आपने याद दिलाया. फिराओ, 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 वापस फिराया. वापस इसमें गिर गया या अभी वापस इसमें गिर गया. भूल गया. मैं समझता हूं मैं ऐसे हूं. तो भी क्या हुआ? इसको फिराओ, सोचने लगो. Going to the butt. Start going inward and start finding your infinite self. Go back to the Mahavakyas. Go back to the I am Atma Brahma. Go back to the Tat Tvamasi. Going back to the Sarvahi Etar Brahma. Is that not total absolute Anand? What can be more Anand than this? Than seeing the Brahma inside, outside, you, me, there, yeah, wow, wo, ye shape, wo shape, planet में, Mars में, अंदर में, लोखंड के टुकड़े में, मोबाइल में, every damn thing is Brahma. Sarvahi etat Brahma. Okay, so yes, it is immediate and yet needs a little repetition. It's not that it takes hours and hours. इसमें कितने घंटे लगे to just turn over the pictures? And
Yes.
actually a reality. You can actually do this. I'll tell you very, very strange thing which happened to us. We used to use these. No, the flip puppets are not there. Okay, we used to use this similar kind of puppets with cloth puppets with little children, 10-year-olds. Okay, and we used to show this negative face. Start with this negative face. Can't be a negative face. Okay, we used to start with the negative face, and then बच्चों को सिखाते थे. Okay, turn it over, turn it over, turn it over. लंबा चौड़ा process. You know what one child taught us, 10-year-old? अरे सर ये ऐसा क्यों करते हो? ऐसा नहीं तो क्यों, क्या करना चाहिए? हाँ, yeah. Okay, these were the puppets which we were using. Fear, fright, anger. In one puppet, I'm showing both the opposite emotions. Fear bhi nahi chahiye, anger bhi nahi chahiye. Come back to your original God-made state. I am Satchidanand. So we used to turn the puppets. You know what this 10-year-old child did? We had caught it like this. Sir, ऐसा क्यों करते हो? ऐसा नहीं तो क्या करना चाहिए? Sir, ऐसा कर दो ना. Can you get the beauty of it? A 10-year-old child is teaching us. Sir, ये ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हो? ऐसा कर दो. You see how the kind of innocence children can have? बस ऐसा कर दो. आ गया वापस. Everything that you are is already there. क्या करना है उसमें? But we grown-ups. कैसे करूँगा? कितनी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी? और नहीं हुआ तो क्या करूँगा? तो मुझे ये होगा, वो होगा. कोई मुझे सिखाएंगे? मुझे कोई गुरु मिलेगा? मैं गुरु दक्षिणा भी देने तैयार हूँ. अरे यार, गुरु अंदर बैठा है ना, उसका ही सिखावन ले लो ना. Why the hell are you wanting? Okay, fine, गुरु बाहर से मिला तो thank you बोलो. I'm not saying don't look for a guru, but पहला अपना गुरु को तो सुनो. If you don't listen to inward, what the hell are you going to listen to? Swami Vivekananda, I'm reminding. If you do not have faith in yourselves, this is one of his beautiful lines. If you do not have faith in yourselves, he's talking to Indians, of course. And if you have faith in 33 millions of your gods in India, you are not a believer. See the power of his statement. Either you have faith in yourself or all your faith in all your outside God is all fake. It is no faith, it is no God. God is here. Swami Vivekananda says faith in yourself comes first. If you have that, you can have faith everywhere. अंदर नहीं है, you follow and pray to every God, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Because you have forgotten the God inside. शुरुआत यहाँ से ही होने वाली है. Okay, चलो. Anyone else? Anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. I got the answer.
Thank you, God. Thank you, अपने आप को. Thank you,
Acha.
Guru within you. Right? Akash, how come you're not talking anything today? गुस्से में हो?
Hi, SP uncle.
Hi, हाँ, finally. मैं समझा आज चुप बैठ रहे हो क्या?
No, sorry, I was not available for 2 weeks. Also, last 2 Sunday sessions. Also, I missed
I
out.
know I've been missing you.
No, I was traveling. I drove down to Delhi actually, and this session is so wonderful. I'm just trying to revive everything which has happened in last 5 sessions. So I was just
It is a
trying
kind of
to-
summing up.
Yes, revisiting everything.
In a sense, yes.
Yeah.
But you can blame this Rashmi, huh? She has troubled me. I say, 1 घंटे में सब करो. I was just telling Swami Chinanda, he was saying, he came into this session to find out how the heck can anyone do it in 1 hour when we acknowledge, accept that Swamiji is from a big order like Chinmaya Mission. We take
Right.
weeks, months, and you are trying to show off and do it in 1 hour. Pagal ho kya? Of course, he is very sweet. You use the term pagal ho kya. But अंदर से he must be
Yes.
feeling है बेचारा दिमाग ठीक नहीं है इसका. He's
No, he attended for 50 minutes and he just wrote a beautiful message. If you see in the chat, he has written a beautiful message before he left.
He's a very nice person.
Yes.
He's a very, and by the way, Sampada, he's a highly logical person. He's done an MTech from IIT Bombay, Master of Technology from IIT Bombay. So he's one step above me. I've done only a BTech from IIT Bombay. So
वो इंजीनियर में बनने में ही तो सारी प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है. वो
पूरे
इंजीनियर तो
logic-
बन जाते हैं, फिर उसके
नहीं,
बाद
नहीं,
ऊपर वाले से दूर हो जाते हैं.
पूरे लॉजिक के बाद वापस he has come to becoming a Swami. Don't forget.
इट्स सो डिफिकल्ट. पहले सिखाते हैं कुछ और, उसके बाद बोलते हैं अनलर्न करो अभी.
ना अनलर्न मत करो, जोड़ो. Join your logical learning, your logical consciousness, universal consciousness. दोनों जोड़ो.
Trying to do that. In fact, you are the right person.
You don't have to argue. Only logic, only intuition, only spiritual, only science. क्यों? What's the need? जोड़ो ना दोनों. That's what I'm trying to do in these entire living parallel sessions. Why I सिर्फ ये या सिर्फ वो, सिर्फ ये दुनिया या सिर्फ वो दुनिया. क्यों? Who the hell said it has to be सिर्फ ये? Make it together. You can bring it together. Both worlds are saying the same thing. They are saying the same thing. They are pointing out, proving infinite oneness. One is saying things from the heart, from the intuitive, which India has been saying for thousands of years. The other has been saying from analysis, from logic, from search, from telescopes, from microscopes, and whatever from experiments, but reaching. Okay. और कोई? Okay, anyone else, please?
This was an awesome meditation. The whole session.
वो सब बोलो मत, हाँ, करके देखो. Awesome will be only for 5 minutes. Awesome is when you do it each day. Mean it. ये क्या? के बाद फिर गया कचरे में. The point about it is to live, to bring it to life. नहीं तो just it's that. हाँ कितना अच्छा लगा, कितना अच्छा लगा. अरे कितना अच्छा लगा तो इसी तरह जियो ना. Who's stopping you? Nothing is stopping you except the Shishya within us. He doesn't want to listen to the Guru within us. क्यों सुनो? So Guru within us has to tell the Shishya, अरे बेटे प्यार से, just like Krishna did with Arjun. चल मेरा हाथ पकड़. Your own Guru tells your own Shishya, चल मेरा हाथ पकड़, तुझे ले चलता हूँ. हम साथ में ढूंढेंगे कैसे यहाँ से यहाँ कैसे जाना है. हम हाथ पकड़ के साथ में जाएंगे. This was Buddha's Karuna also. हाथ पकड़ के ये जर्नी पर जाएंगे यहाँ से यहाँ. तो अपना ही गुरु, अपने अंदर का ही गुरु हमें ही अंदर से ले जाएगा, मगर बार बार जाना पड़ता है. ये जर्नी इज अ कांस्टेंट जर्नी. It's not a one-time thing. Let me make it honestly clear. In the middle of the world, it's not easy. बार बार भूल होती है, बार बार भूल जाते हैं. But the solution also is as simple. If you want it to be really simple, it is as simple as what a 10-year-old discovered. Okay, ठीक है या ऐसे ऐसे लगता है ना, फेंक दो सब, आ गया वापस. दिन में 50 बार भी करना पड़ेगा तो क्या हुआ? 50 बार ऐसा करेंगे. 100 बार भी करना पड़ेगा, 100 बार ऐसे करेंगे. And you realize after some time this becomes a more regular state. फिर इतना परेशान नहीं करता है. This does not keep coming again and again. This becomes a reality. Slowly the mind accepts, understands this is the reality, not this. It becomes lesser and lesser this. फिर ये flip over करने की भी जरूरत कम पड़ती है, but पड़ती है. You still have to flip it back. In fact, we call these flip puppets after this 10-year-old taught us. They're called flip puppets. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Question: Vikas has joined in from Bihar. He's running an NGO in Bihar.
Yes, Vikas.
Usha ji,
Do I know Vikas? Do I know Usha Call? I don't think I know them.
Vikas, nahi. Vikas,
Myself Vikas from Bihar. First of all,
Shreya, अरे चेहरा भी तो दिखाओ.
just a minute, sir. I hear the my shirts. Just a minute, sir.
And Usha also.